means the mandates that people were complaining about for years that were imposed upon Archie and IDW after the whole Ken Penders lawsuit never actually existed. They were a creation of Ian Flynn. It's not only that, but it also shows that Flynn had a vice-like grip over the comics. Because everything went through him. Everyone had to follow his rules whether they liked it or not. But it also means that at some point during Archie's run, Flynn got full control over the comic and turned it into his pet project. Which means every single problem people have had with the comic since Archie has been due to Ian Flynn's influence.
It's a fake.
There was another user on your forum who was prevalent posting in green text. It wasn't you.
Okay.
So...
Well, now it's all audio, so unless you're saying my voice sounds green, we've solved that problem, I guess.
Well, the Bumblecast logo is green, so...
Dead credit.
Screwed it up. Here it is.
The mandates are not a hard and fast rule nailed to the editorial door. Archie and IDW did not receive a fax or a PDF that says, "Thou shalt not do such and such."
There is no letter introduced to everyone who happens to freelance on the book. It's, you submit a script and they say, don't do that. Well, why not? We said, don't do that. There you go. That's a mandate. That's a rule. That's a directive.
Mama told me there'd be days like this.
I like to call him Classic Sonic. That's how Sonic looked in the past. This one here, that's the Sonic he grew up to be.
Nice one, idiot!
Yeah, now go get us another round before we beat some sense in you.
Wow, they make the hooligans look like class acts.
I'm gonna break them in half.
So the line of Sonic referencing the hooligans in number 3 was me really pushing the envelope and seeing what I could get away with. See if I could use this as a backdoor to get things approved. And later on, when we did try to pitch the hooligans in IDW, it was like, no, they're classic here. And we said, but we said the line here, and they're like, yep, we missed that. Don't do it again. It's like, dang it. And from my understanding, hooligans is even, as a collective term, is even off the table now, unfortunately. So Fan and Being Embark being together isn't necessarily off the table. Thank you, Sonic Mania. But they are classic characters, so we're not going to be seeing them in the IDW book anytime soon.
Several months later.
Oh, great! It's Spark, Fang, and Bean!
Hey there, Fleet Feet! Always a pleasure to snipe ya!
There are some very cathartic rants I could go on stuff that was approved in one book, but was rejected the next month, but was fine the month after that.
Yeah.
But that would make very important people not happy with me, and I really like this job. So
Sonic Underground, Sonic Underground, they made a vow their mother will be found.
It also depends on who's looking at it, If Sega of America is doing the approvals, they're usually a little more understanding about us massaging the narrative, whereas Sega of Japan is much more attentive to the details. And that varies from project to project, game to game. You know, when a new game is coming out, typically they're more attentive to the finer details. When there is a large lull in game production, like that magical period when there were no Genesis games and like Extreme was canceled, so there was nothing really Sonic related from 95 to 99. Oh man, what was it like for them then? Hardly imagine.
Sega could give us the exact same prompt,
Right.
you know, word for word, and I guarantee you I'm going to come up with something different from Evan.
Right.
And neither one is right or wrong. It's just different writers approach things in different ways.
Right.
And as long as it, you know, is approved by our friends over at SOA and SOJ, then we're on track.
Hey, oh, let's go. Hey, oh, let's go.
But my father stopped me from joining the fight. He said my moment to honor our tribe would come, but it was not this moment.
It's entirely possible that this mandate exists because...
I'm supposed to be the fastest, but I was too slow to save my buddy.
They're gonna turn Tails into a robot! That's horrible! Like, no joke, Lost World went from 0 to 200 in terms of characters acting in this game. Why are you acting like this, Sonic? So, next time we see Sonic, he's always chilled, always after, 6 months of being tortured in prison, still quipping as usual. He's still smiling and joking, and, does he feel anything? Like, can he feel anything?
Whoa! Dude, that's creepy.
That was because they really took Sonic in a direction that Japan was comfortable with. But since then, we were able to approach Sonic having more than a one-note emotion in different ways.
As long as I'm around, you'll always have a wingman.
Tails, I'll see you again, little buddy.
もともとエッグマンはエッグマン帝国の完成をソニックに見届けさせた上で絶望とともに宇宙に放り出すつもりだったらしいの。
で、それまでの暇つぶしにソニックをいたぶってたってわけか。
Eggman's been keeping Sonic alive all this time. He's been waiting to show him his completed empire before banishing him.
Torturing Sonic just to pass the time. Oh, that's low, even for Eggman.
Live and learn.